Andrea Dovizioso had anticipated the aggressive maneuvers of Marquez at the last corner, so he prepared the plan and ended it with success. Dovizioso was involved in a tight battle with Marquez at MotoGP of Austria. The peak of the battle both occurred at the last corner, when Marquez maneuvered aggressively from the inside lane and tried to push Dovizioso into the outer lane. The maneuver is apparently already predicted. Dovizioso will be done rivalry from Repsol Honda, so even this Ducati racer let Marquez slide from inside and through it, to then pass behind it and maintain the first position. I lost too much time in the corners to the left, so I had to close all the lines, since I cannot hear the sound of the engine behind me. I do not know where Marquez was at first, Dovizioso revealed as Dike Dip GP1. I slowed down the pace, so he got closer to me, not braking to the braking limit at the last two corners. Is an action I decide to think carefully. Quote, because if I do that, we'll both run off the track and he, because it's inside, will win it, he added. The victory at the Red Bull Ring was Dovizioso's third victory of the season. He is currently in second place standings with a value of 158, behind Marquez who has 174 points. The victory at the MotoGP in Austria is judged to reflect how Andrea Dovizioso has a very good understanding of the now more balanced Desmosedici. Dovizioso was impressive to win the Austrian MotoGP. The Ducati rider outperformed his rivals from Repsol Honda, Marquez, in a tight battle on most of the races. Interestingly, Dovizioso Meliconi race with soft rear tire, while Marquez chose a hard tire. At first Dovizioso predicted would be difficult at the end of the race, while Marquez benefited from more durable tires. But what happened was Marquez had trouble passing Dovizioso. Dovizioso appeared calm and careful in the use of tires, so able to fight until the final bend. Ducati course general manager Luigi Dall'Igna calls this time the Desmosedici is much more balanced, no longer as it is known before that excels on the track straight but difficult to control. Therefore, it needs a different approach to ride it. One of the significant changes is that Desmosedici is now better in acceleration and lively in corners. Dovizioso, who has 5 this season in the team, already very understand how to control the bike. Everyone is trying to overcome their respective deficiencies, including our opponents. In Barcelona in 2016 we are behind 40 seconds, while this year we managed to win, Dall'Igna said, as quoted by GP1. I can say that we can count on a now more balanced package and that we've got a few things on our minds for the end of the season. I think Ducati today is no longer Ducati a few years ago. Performance: Danilo Petrucci, Jorge Lorenzo, and Alvaro Bautista confirmed it. Andrea has more experience with Ducati, so he knows how best to interpret it and it all pays off, he added. The victory at the Red Bull Ring was Dovizioso's third victory of the season. He now scored 158 points and came in second behind Marquez who had 174 points. The second podium finished Marquez's achievement in the Red Bull Ring, after a failed overtake attempt in the final lap. But Marquez would still sleep soundly. Repsol Honda rider is competing closely to the end with Andrea Dovizioso, Ducati, in the race for the top podium. MotoGP Austria, the climax of both rivalries took place ahead of the finish line, with Marquez trying to overtake Dovizioso with an aggressive maneuver that was quite risky. Failed, Marquez had to settle behind Dovizioso. In the last round I thought of everything except the World Championships. I drew 100% and decided it was all important. World Championships are important, but the position is also important, Marquez said, as quoted by MotoGP.com. The second finish at the Red Bull Ring has at least been an improvement for Marquez, who last year finished the race in the same spot in 5th position, with Ducati when it managed to finish 1-2. This year we are closer, but today, Sunday, Dovi, especially in the last round, has more power at the whole point except 2 turns to the left, said Marquez. I missed out on another sector, but it was much stronger there, maybe because of the tires he was wearing, but I screwed up and tried the last corner because otherwise I will not be able to sleep well the next night. Maneuver is indeed risky, but in the end I am happy because 20 points is important. I tried to do it at the last corner because again felt the threshold of the bike. The return of a pleasant feeling with the bike, and that's what matters to me, he said. Marquez still continues to top the table, and an additional 20 points to make his achievement has now amounted to 174 numbers. He leads 16 points from Dovizioso in second place and 24 points from Maverick Vinales Movistar Yamaha in third place. Valentino Rossi had to settle for just finishing 7th in MotoGP Austria. He called this race very heavy for him and the other Yamaha riders. Rossi finished 7th, although initially had quite competitive in front on the race at Red Bull Ring, until lap 12. Yamaha Movistar rider is still in position 4, but then widened and scattered to 6th position and finished in 7th. Although initially showed good potential to compete in front, but Rossi in his journey difficulty restoring the distance after widening. 2 other Yamaha engine riders in front of him, Johann Zarco and Maverick Vinales, also cannot do much to approach the front line. Rossi called the back tire problem back haunted in this series. YZRM1 is still too draining the rear tire. It was a tough race for both me and Maverick. We thought we were faster, but things went different. But I have no regrets, Rossi revealed as quoted by GP1. If I had to start the race again in an hour, I would use the same tire and suit. Back rear tire is the right choice for me. In fact, in the first 10 laps I was speeding, like an FP4. Quote, after 12 or 13 laps, the performance of the tires is much lower, so the bike is hard to ride, and at the end of the race I'm really in trouble. We pressed the rear tire too much. That's the main problem we need to overcome, he added. Rossi initially estimated Andrea Dovizioso, Jorge Lorenzo, and Zarco will decline in the final phase because of using soft rear tires. But all 3 are able to manage usage well. I felt in good shape on the first 10 laps. I had the second fastest lap after Zarco. I tried, but I felt optimistic at the moment, Rossi said. Johann and 2 Ducati riders are wearing soft tires, and I thought they would experience a tire performance decline. I originally thought I would be able to fight for the podium. Quote, but Zarco is able to keep the tires because he has a smooth racing style and lighter weight, while Maverick and I are more aggressive. Dovi is similar to us, but Ducati motorcycles do not push the tires too much. Quote,
what you gonna do with that dessert?
Thank you very much for all of you who have witnessed the news about this MotoGP. May you all success always. Please do not forget to click on subscribe, comment and share this video. Watch our exciting impressions next, about updated MotoGP information. See you later.
What you gonna do with that dessert? Gonna do with that dessert? What you 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 gonna do with that dessert? Gonna do with that dessert? What you gonna do with that dessert? What you gonna do with that dessert? What you gonna do with that dessert?